Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to episode 4 of the Keep on the Borderlands, a Torchbearer role-playing game adventure. I am your host and game master this evening, Eric, aka EricVulgaris. So I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much, players, for joining me this evening, and thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us and watching us crawl our way through the caves of chaos. So let's do our introductions as always. So let's start up in the top left. Virgil.
Yeah, let's start here. We'll save the chaos for the caves. We'll go nice and orderly. I'm doing fairly well. Just been trying to take it easy and relax all day to get enough energy to not be asleep during this stream. Mission accomplished. Here
Nice.
I am, live and direct. Joined by all these lovely people. How are you doing, Sean?
I'm great. I'm pretty stoked because I'm going to PAX Unplugged tomorrow night, and Eric's. How many of us are going out there? What do we? No,
Not me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. So Eric and I'll be out there. So it'd be fun to see the inaugural Unplugged, see what they do, and also we finally got confirmation that Autumn of the Ancients, the Space Fall of Magic hack, is we've got it scheduled. So our first game is going to be November 30th at 6-something p.m. I'll post about that. But I'm excited to get that off the ground and playing with Banana Chan and Mad J Brown and Jen Martin, who's the creator or one of the creators. So that'll be cool. How about you, Epi? What have you been up to?
Oh, that's an interesting
Existentially.
question. Existentially. I'm doing good. I won't be going to PAX Unplugged, even though I suspect I have less of a distance to travel than you do. Many people in my area are going. And also, everyone else I know. So I feel sad that I'm going to miss out on it. But I'm happy about Dice.camp, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I just discovered this 30 seconds ago. Tell our viewers more. Reed, tell me more.
Well, I'm probably stepping on Sage's toes here, so I'll let him tell you more.
Okay. So Dice.camp, someone pointed out Mastodon, which is kind of a thing like Twitter, but with Federation. So it works a little bit like email, where you can be on your server and talk to somebody on a different server and follow them and all that stuff, which has some cool upsides that I, as a nerd, like. And somebody was pointing out that it'd be cool to have a kind of RPG tabletop-oriented one. So I figured out how to do that, and I set up a little virtual server that's Dice and bought a URL. That's Dice.camp. It's a bunch of gamers hanging out with, I hope, an effective mod policy. I really care about community standards and making a place that's conductive to a good community. I
super important
that it works for people. Anyway, jump on there, and if you end up melting the server, I'll put up a Patreon or something asking for a few bucks to get us more cores.
Awesome.
Oh, and personally, I really look forward to this game every week. And I got to see Eric in person this weekend, which was really fun. We hung out and talked games with John Harper and Paul Riddle, which was great.
Yeah. Cool. Yes. And speaking of which, speaking of all those things, I'm on Dice Camp as well. It's been a lot of fun to see everybody come here, and it's been for me, I would judge it as very successful. It's really cool to see everyone come over and introduce themselves, and it's kind of growing. It's really cool. It's in a really nice little fledgling stage. So if you're tired of the drama and horrible anxiety feelings that you get from Twitter and their rulings on certain things, it's a nice little breath of fresh air. And
it has that new community smell.
Yeah.
You're you can feel everyone excited to find out about each other, and that's always a magic moment. So
I guess as apparently, as I have very little context on this, but apparently as server growth goes for these kind of Mastodon servers, we're growing amazingly quickly, which I mean is a cool thing. It's a lot of people coming together and working, sharing stuff in a space that hopefully has rules that, are conductive to hearing more voices than we sometimes get in other places.
Well, despite growing fast, I was pretty delighted. I just created my account like 2 minutes ago, and I got on, and just like the default feed, just like without following anybody, I'm like, I know you, you're cool, you're awesome. I don't know you, but I've heard about you, and I'm wanting to find out who you are. So it was pretty sweet to just immediately like have the default feed go. I'm like, I don't need to follow people. Just I'll just take this. This is great.
Yeah, I feel. So like when I set it up, it was like, oh, which user do you want everybody to automatically follow? And so I made it me. And I'm trying not to abuse that power.
I did notice it was like, oh, you're already following Sage. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, cool. And I just like I'm gonna be just like Sean. We're going to PAX Unplugged, and so it's gonna be super fun. I just got an email from Goodman Games that they're gonna be there, and so I'm definitely gonna looking to play some Dungeon Crawl Classics while I'm over there.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite con games to do. I love me a funnel to do in the day, so that's super fun. The only other thing I really have planned for my PAX Unplugged is that I'm supposed to be running Blades for some people, so that's gonna be fun as well. Some people have been desperately trying to play Blades, and I volunteered because it's fun.
Oh man,
I love running Blades for that. So
DCC with the Goodman guys and running Blades for people. Like if I wasn't already jealous, I'm super jealous.
Hey, yeah. Thank you. It's gonna be a really, really good time. Plus, I used to live in Philly, so I know where all the good food places are.
Oh.
So
as long as we're talking PAX Unplugged, I guess I should throw out that Burning Wheel will be there with Dungeon World and Torchbearer. On topic games for sale. And I'm not sure, Sean, are they going to have print copies of?
They should have Stone Dragon. Yeah, I mean,
nice.
Assuming they didn't sell out at Gen Con, and I'm sure they didn't. They're keeping it in their con circuit until they sell out. So
cool. I know I saw a price list, and I honestly at this point I'm just like, oh good, you're selling more copies of my game, send me a check. So but hopefully both of them are on there. And and Torchbearer, like if you've been enjoying watching this and you're at PAX Unplugged, stop by, tell Luke and company that and Tor, who wrote the game, that you saw this and liked it, and that you're buying the game because it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh man. So one more thing to tie it all together, it's Torchbearer related. So a trending topic on Mastodon, right, on Dice Camp has been games you want to play, right? Like the best game, the last game you played, the best game you played recently, and then the game you want to play. A significant people have mentioned the game they want to play is Torchbearer.
Nice.
So that's awesome. Hopefully,
I need to play another game of Blades because I played it once when it was in like alpha or something. And
it's changed so much.
It didn't run very smooth.
No,
it's changed.
I had comments afterwards, and everyone thought I was very harsh.
If you were around in version 2 or 3, when with the separate position and effect rules, that was a harrying time.
Oh yeah, I remember running a Go Play a couple years ago, and people were just like, "What?
What is going on?"
It was good. It was a good evolution to go through. Like it had to sit in that spot for a while to like figure out how effects should be figured out, so that it could.
I'm like the one lone person who misses some of the early stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with it being one roll now, but there's certain elements of the game that I'm kind of like, oh, I liked it when it was just this little thing. But I completely agree that the consensus is I'm wrong. So I'm wrong.
I don't know.
No, maybe we should try to get in a game together and we can see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people have I think I have 18 different versions of the game in various iterations. You can still play Beta 25 if you want.
Yeah, we should bring out some retro Blades. A world of Blades, if you would.
When there was just one playbook.
World of Blades. Oh, I'm going to have to get revenge on John by doing
You should. One-page game of Blades. 2 if you really want to stretch it. One for the character sheet and one for the rules.
Oh. Right. So anyways, what we're doing today, we're playing Torchbearer, right? So we this is our 4th episode, so we're no strangers to the process here. So who wants to do the previously on for their character to recover something?
I'll volunteer to do it. I know Virgil did it last time, right? So you can't.
And I have no conditions to recover, so I'm fine not doing
And
it.
you have the most conditions, and I did it the first time, so you should do it, Evie.
All right. So at the beginning of last session, our intrepid adventurers were in a literal dungeon. They were held in prison by some hobgoblins, I believe. And at the end of last session, they were in the exact same room they started in. Did I cover that, or what did I miss?
Yeah.
There were some details in the middle.
Yeah, location.
So what we did is I'm going to be a little fuzzy on what happened between the two adventures. I do know that Linus showed up out of nowhere, or was there all along, and we just never noticed. We're not entirely sure which way that went. Bryn managed to get her hands out of the manacles. I think we ended last session with Bryn out of the manacles, but Bryn comes be-manacled already. You've already got manacles from a previous imprisonment. So it appeared that you were still somehow chained to something, which tricked one of our hobgoblin guards. Then brave Cadence fended off the hobgoblin's fists with his face and stomach. I think largely was that you got wailed upon. Wait, were the hobgoblins armed? I can't remember.
Yeah, they were whipping.
They're whipping. That's right. It was a whip. Yeah, fending off their whips. So while Cadence kept the hobgoblin's attention, Bryn could attack them. We tossed a hobgoblin into the gnawing mouth of a gnoll. Then we freed that gnoll. Right?
He freed himself.
He freed himself by eating his own hand off. That is correct. Yes. And we were a little blasé about that, but I think it's because we've already seen enough of that in this particular situation. We then convinced the gnoll, and by we I mean, was it Bryn? Bryn's the one who speaks Goblin, right?
No, the gnoll we chased off. That was all. It was all you. It was all Basil and Linus.
You know what? Yes, we had a drive-off conflict with that gnoll.
Yeah.
Yes.
We tried to chain the hobgoblin, but he slipped away, and the gnoll got so frenzied in the fight that he.
I'm conflating the gnoll with the orc, which is speciesist of me, and I apologize because what happened? This orc is like meditating the whole time. Okay, so we're not alone in this room. I know the way I've been describing it sounds like we are, but we have a merchant, the merchant's hired guard, and an orc, and the aforementioned one-handed gnoll.
He has two guards, and he also has his wife is there, a noble lady.
Oh, his wife is there, yeah. And then, so Bryn sat down with the orc. That was the conversation afterwards, right? And so you sit down with the orc, have a conversation about... I didn't catch most of it because I don't speak Goblin, but I think... Did the orc leave us before we camped?
The orc stayed with us. We agreed to free him and feed him.
Right.
But we were, because of various people's suspicions and whatnot, we left him chained until we
we're not going to free him until we break camp. All right. Yeah. Yes. And then we shared some food with the guards, the merchant, and his wife on this gorgeous table set that we found.
I forgot about that.
Cadence found in the wall.
Dug out of the wall.
It was silver, right?
It's a whole silverware set.
A fancy silver set.
Beautiful, yeah. Because if you gotta rough it, but you have this at your disposal,
we still need all fine silver.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, before we go, that's a good point. Thanks. Because before we go, we need to figure out 2 pack spots to put it in. because we said like we're just gonna make camp
yeah.
with it. We're just gonna use it. We're gonna make camp with it, and like
Yeah.
we'll pack it later. So I think it was hand or carried 2, or maybe.
I think that's
Or
right.
was it?
Yeah.
I think it's 2. I think it's hand or carry 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a huge stack of plates, right? As well as some forks and knives and spoons.
So if it's, you said hand or carried 2?
So we could put it in a pack.
So we could
for
like
2
balance
spots?
it in our hand. Like that's I like
the
the
laborer,
the
who could carry
comedic
it that way.
comedic value of that, of just going through the dungeon with a stack of dirty plates.
Yeah. If we want to
Boy.
if we want to Michelle Yeoh it and like carry the plates, constantly making labor tests to hold it.
That's you're carrying your 401k,
Right.
Like,
That's very true.
How did you know? That's my actual retirement plan. It's right here with me.
That's what everyone uses. Everyone just carries silver plates around with them. Yeah, so
Are they like keep on the Borderland, collector's plates? Are they engraved?
yeah,
they are.
Edition. They're all engraved with the silversmith symbols of GG with a dragon inlay on it. Nice for old Gary the silversmith.
So I think most importantly, we unleashed the knoll on the unexpected goblins and hobgoblins and whatever in these caves, and then sealed the door up behind us. We sealed that door. Did we lay traps outside? I thought there was.
We defecated it.
Definitely happened several times.
We desecrated it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I know English words. I was like, there's something. Defecation
Phrasing.
probably did happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a lot of
if you're in
nasty stuff
camp,
happening
it's gotta
outside the front
happen.
of that door, I recall.
But yes, we left like a
stuff.
torn up
But
body.
did we look for another exit? Like I can't remember if
No.
there's only one
Wasn't
way in and
that
out.
torn up body too neatly torn up though? Didn't we?
No, I thought we did really well on that. Let me
we
double
did
check
check.
my
Linus
records,
succeeded in
Yeah.
making a really gross desecration
Yes.
of the hobgoblin body.
And-
yeah. My notes at least say that we did pretty well on it.
Yeah.
Awesome Halloween decorations.
Yes. On
And
your,
then we see.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, then we sealed the door with an iron spike or 2 or 3. I can't remember
One.
the exact.
I think it was like
Yeah.
you rolled 1. Like
I
you
rolled a 1.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one.
You wedged it perfectly.
Yeah, it was perfect. Right. Awesome. So yeah,
And-
go ahead and that's a great
And-
previously on.
That, dear merchant, is how we came to save you and your wife. I hope you keep that in mind.
Yeah. One other note I want to put in is that Bryn convinced the merchant to travel with us and have his 2 soldiers act as a henchman for us. So we effectively until they are our henchmen or our hirelings rather until we have the next town phase. That was our agreement.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so we-
convinced him that they were like that we should be in charge because we know what's going on.
Yeah. No, they're following. I mean, within the narration, who knows what they're going to do? But they, mechanically speaking, they will give us helping dice, and they're following our lead.
Also, we should be in charge because the gods speak through the poorest of us before they speak through.
So
the
whoever's
wealthy.
not holding the plates is in charge.
Yes.
That's the opposite of the speaking plates.
The plates of silence.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So a couple other pressing things I want to say is that you do not know where you are in the caves.
Yeah.
You roughly guesstimate that you're somewhere in the southern parts of the cave still, since the orc was here captured. And you know that the orcs run the northern parts of these cave systems. So that wouldn't really make a lot of sense. The other things, remember, is that the humans are not not keen on keeping this orc around with you, right? They think this is bad. None of them know where they are either, but yeah, they did agree to help you. So there's a little bit of internal issues with that, but other than that, that's kind of where we're at. Because I want to. The reason why I bring that up is because right before we can start playing, we have to write our goals and reevaluate that stuff. So I just wanted to bring that up if any of those things were something we wanted to hit as well, or just be aware of, be mindful of things that are going to happen this session. So there's something about the gnolls and the hobgoblins that's going on. You're lost. Conflicts between law and chaos abound.
I have a goal. If I can, are we doing this in any order or just shouting them out?
First come, first serve.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
super cool with that.
My goal is to see at least one of these guards safely out of the dungeon.
One of these men-at-arms, one of these blue lions.
Yeah.
They're the worst. I can't believe that is Vasil's goal. Like the merchant, he's a merchant, but
my
like
goal, I'm trying to work through it in my head, but it wants to be something like no one's allowed to die before the merchant's men.
That's good.
no one's allowed to die before the merchant. The merchant's men
they
will
die first.
They're the worst.
Their lives are worth less to me than the other people.
But you have to understand, I like to believe that we're having this discussion in front of them right now. But you have to understand the situation they're in. They were hired for this, and now they're in over their heads. They were obviously not paid enough, and somebody of more skill should have been hired. So this is a management issue and not a...
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think I want mine to be make good use of these men or something.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable to say that I think at some point it came up in the session. Maybe, I mean, what I mean by that is that it didn't actually come up, but it came up through conversation. Probably we just skipped over it or whatever. That there were more men at arms, but they died, right? And these were the last two that were around. So yeah, they're a little demoralized, to say the least.
I think I may focus on like getting us out of here. Like find a way out of the caves. Like I think that we've got some money and we've got some people that we probably want to get out of here with. But I kind of want to check in with everybody. Like, is that the direction that we're heading, or if I set that as my goal, are we just gonna like forge on deeper? And
I feel like we had the fervor of treasure last time at the end, kind of.
Yeah, that was Bryn's argument to the merchant of stick with us because there's treasure deeper down. He was like, let's get the heck out of here and go back to the keep, and I'll reward all of you richly, which we did not believe. I
remember you having that argument. I wasn't sure if we landed somewhere differently with more time, but I think in that case I'll probably take as a goal like figure out where we are. I
think that's
an
smart.
important question right
bearings. Totally.
Yep. And I've been racking my brain for his name because I wrote it in chat, but of course I'm not looking at the previous chat. And I don't have my notes on me. The orc gave me his name.
Oh, yeah.
Karamikos? I have that written down. I don't know what it is.
No, Karamikos is the place
that's where you are.
That's the country we're in right
that's
now.
The country.
Yeah. Eric, do you recall his name?
I have Sean written down. That's your name, and it's who I was handing off.
Funny thing about that, no, I lost my notes in a power outage.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, no.
Because I don't do version control. It was in a notepad. Rip me.
No.
I have a name if you need one.
My notes are terrible. I also have blue lines.
Unless Sage has it, we can just say that it's
yeah. Well, I could scan through last week's game and like skip around, but that's
It's
a bit much.
No.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I just wrote
Bugrawl.
Bugrawl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traditionally, orcs
Bugrol.
change their names every day, right? Like
Yeah.
when the sun rises.
That sounds like something they would do.
I think they just have a weekly cycle. They have like 7 names. That they...
One for each day.
Yeah.
Our team name was Unworthy Meat, right? That was our
Unworthy
Yeah.
Meat.
What also sucks is that I lost the name of their clan, which I had one. It was like not Death's Head. No, that's not right.
I don't think we got it. I'm not sure. So you could just make something new.
Cool. Easy.
I don't want to say I will ensure Bugrawl. I will. I will keep Bugrawl safe from from our other companions.
There you
I'm not
go.
saying like I'm guaranteeing nothing bad is ever going to happen to him, but I'm just going to make sure that these humans that we've just saddled up with don't cause them harm. Yeah. All right. I will keep Bugwell safe from our other companions. Since that seems to be a tension in the air, and something that Britton cares about.
Definitely. Sure. Cool.
We can change our instincts at this point too, right?
Yeah. Theoretically,
Yeah.
you're supposed to do it between sessions, but that's fine.
I don't have a good one, so
yeah.
I'm sticking with this. I'm just not going to be able to use it, I don't think. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
What's your instinct right now, Evie?
That's to make a comfortable camp.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good instinct every
Other session?
yeah. I should just have two I go back and forth on.
Yeah, you should have your I'm probably going to be adventuring instinct, and I'm probably going to be camping instinct.
I've seen people try to get away with doing the like 2 or 3 actions camp, 2 or 3 actions camp, 2 or 3 actions camp. So you
Yeah.
never know.
I mean, it's a great plan if you can.
Especially with keep that fresh dice.
Oh man, well, that fresh die is long gone now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even mine has
cells.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, what do we want to do? We're in that room. As far as I know, the orc's still chained up. It's looking to see if it's going to. I don't know if you kept your word or not.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the weapon situation amongst? I mean, we have our stuff. Do they have weapons? Do they have anything? Or are they?
No, they've been here for a while. They unfortunately their stuff did not come along with them when they got captured.
How do they smell?
Here's the funny thing.
Probably.
Set the scene for me, but for my nose.
Here's the thing. They smell sweaty, but
Okay.
the merchant and their wife smells a lot like garlic.
Huh.
Hmm.
And what did we eat? We
made like
crap, right?
beef jerky soup or something.
Yeah.
it was really
Yeah, I think you might have thrown some
tender.
garlic in there, but
No, that's not why they smell like garlic.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
They actually, so like they smell bad, right? Like don't get me
Right.
wrong, they don't smell, but they smell differently bad.
Yeah.
Like-
they don't just smell like
No.
piss and
No, they were marinating,
Oh.
Oh.
maybe.
Yeah, they were more worthy meat probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust everyone's tables and get all the silver back and like clean it all nice.
oh, let me clean that up for you.
Do a quick count, and then I think I will just throw it in this empty large sack that I have so that I can have it like easily in one hand and my knife in the other hand
With
if we need to run.
my waning bit of anger, I'm going to just keep shushing people and trying to listen at the door. That's a classic dungeon move, right?
Shut up.
Yeah, I eventually shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I hear anything at the door?
It's been a while because you guys camped.
Had a bit of a party. They were singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Of various quality calibers.
You get, so you hear you definitely hear some idling, like you feel like there's somebody watching this door, right? Not really close, but like down the hall, right? It sounds very like you can just without even any kind of test or anything like that. You put your ear to the door and you can kind of hear the sort of like casual thump of the butt of some kind of spear or whatever.
Right.
The kind of just looking around, the jinkering of armor. Is that a word?
Clinking?
Right.
Clinking. Yeah.
We know roughly the direction, because I'm assuming that we're at a T section, right? Like the door goes out into a hallway that goes to the right and left, right?
No.
No, I made an ass out of you and me by assuming.
No, it does not. I forgot to have the other one open. So hold on, I forgot.
Oh,
I have a map that I was looking at.
This is what I've
But
been worrying
no,
about
I
all
think
week.
it only goes one
The end
direction
of
right
it.
now. It goes one direction, and then it like seems to go another like one only direction. And it seems to veer off from your direction left.
Mhm.
So it goes straight out for about 30 feet or so, then it goes left.
All right. Cool. So the only way through is through.
Yeah.
We should check this room for
Sorry.
other doors.
Sorry, technically right. Sorry, I got it
That's okay.
mixed up. But yes,
It's all good.
I get them mixed up. I probably had them mixed up in my head. I'm probably telling everybody else to the.
It's to the left.
To the
Ah,
left.
shit, it's to the right.
Pointing
To the
to
left.
right.
Turn around. Now it's to your left.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you're a priest. He's talking stage left or
Right.
altar left.
nice. All to the
Alter
left.
Alter left.
Uh,
Exit alter left.
To the left.
Bryn is going to unlock the orc bug roll. And if she gets any glares from the other people, she said, we are giving bug roll his freedom just as we're giving it to you. And
Good. Jerry, right? Jaroslav.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, hold on, dwarf friend. Hold on. Let's talk about this. You can't reasonably think that this creature of chaos will keep its word.
I don't think it will keep. Well, for one, I don't truck with ascribing law or chaos, to be particularly honest. But for the other, his interest is in getting out of here. Fighting us gains him nothing. Bugroll is not going to join our motley crew, but he is going to leave, return to his clan.
Look,
And think
we
us the
just
better
let him-
for it.
Yeah, they just go in front of us. It's not a problem, right?
These
So either
creatures,
way.
these monsters are all the same. What are you talking? It's going as soon as it goes out there, it's gonna make a deal with our prison.
All right,
our-
all right. We
our
can
prisoners.
make some kind of
Yeah,
arrangement.
our captors. Yeah, our
It's not
prisoners.
they hate
Our
me.
captors.
Sure. I know. It's okay. Jerry could be a little flustered himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So
No.
we send the bug roll out first, and he goes out first, sees what's going on. Seems very reasonable. Or if you'd like, you could go first.
The point being, first off, Jerry, they're obviously not all the same, because the way the hobgoblins and the way the Knoll got along and the way Bugroll has got along have all been pretty damn different. You've seen it with your eyeballs. I don't need to prove this to you existentially. You can see it from the difference that we've spent in this few hours together.
I mean, Jake Feather's just been sitting there relaxing. It's not really an issue.
I mean, Jaroslav's not one to really be able to throw shade, but it is really weird when you're accusing them while you have this lock on your arm and you're imprisoned.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Hold up.
No,
Maybe they'll listen to a man of the cloth.
I don't know if
I don't want to violate your persuade though. So would it be wrong for them to cause a stink like this and be upset and not want to do stuff with you guys? Because I don't want to violate that, but you are doing something that is absolutely what as they would see it as a hostile act. You're basically letting loose someone an enemy, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel like we have work to do here to convince them that the orc isn't an enemy.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same thing. I don't think Linus is one to speak up about it, but oh geez, I want to slap the guy so bad. Actually, that might be something that Linus would do, just silently walk out and
slap him in the face.
Yeah, but I'm holding. He's not quite there yet. I'll let calmer minds prevail for the moment.
Did the orc have a chaos symbol on, or was that the Knoll that somebody was wearing?
The Knoll. The Knoll had an
God
amulet.
damn it.
Orcs have no symbols of chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
All right.
definitely. I think it's fair to say, based on the way the taggerings and things of their clothes, that there are some kind of ritual scars on them, but they're not in the shape of chaos. They look to be in some sort of orcish tattoo language.
Yep.
it's not like a weapon scar, right? Like it
Mhm.
looks,
Yeah.
it's ordered in some
All
kind
right.
of way.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with this getting pushed to another persuade or manipulator role, because I say we rescued all of you, and either we're all leaving or none of you are leaving. We made a deal, Jerry. You're gonna work with us, and we're gonna go get us some treasure. And part of working with us is letting him go. We're not partying. He's not joining us. You're just letting him out this door, and he's going to return to his tribes if he can make it. We're all, who knows how deeply buried we are.
Well,
and I'm totally happy to
Yeah.
that obviously
that's
like
good.
that's my point, but like I'm happy to roll to see whether he accepts that or not.
No, actually, when you like really put your foot down here, the 2 men at arms are actually joining your side. So one of them, by the name of Zoran, speaks up and says like, "Boss, the dwarf does have a point. More bodies."
Look, why don't you just go over in the corner and hide away while we let him out if you're worried about it?
In a very like ugly truth kind of way, Zoran points
Yeah.
out, being like, "Boss, who do you want to take a spear? One of us, or you know?"
Nice. So I think I have to make a manipulator check. That's
You do.
intimidation. And since I don't have manipulator trained, anybody who wants to help is welcome to join, because I'm doing this. This is beginner's lucking it for me.
So fictionally consider also. So keep in mind, your men at arms are helping you in this role.
Nice.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
That's what I was trying to espouse.
Yeah, I know, I got it, and I appreciate it.
I keep on helping by just interjecting that, like, it's okay, whatever we wanted him to do, we can just have the merchant do instead.
Right.
And
You
we
just
will-
keep
rather
threatening
just
him. You could take point if you want.
I'm going to take the other tact, and I'm going to let the merchant know that anything he thinks the orc will do to him, I'll just go ahead and do to him. Just as good as the orc. So
that was going to be another tack. Like, you don't know us either, bro. Like, we
Right.
could be-
Oh,
you can
okay.
imagine.
That's interesting.
And then
That will definitely
Linus,
change the
like,
consequences of failure here. But okay.
Uh,
Do you
I
accept
have
that? Hold on.
both-
I'm sorry, Sage.
Okay.
Real quick. Sean, do
Yeah,
you
no,
accept
that
that
makes
help?
sense.
Do you accept that help from Basil?
yeah, you could just
That's true.
dismiss me.
That's true. I can say, yeah. I mean, Bryn is very much trying to be the peacemaker here, and she has no desire to like. She has seen Basil's like affiliation with this god of chaos because she experienced it with him, and he's taking it to a whole different level than she is. She's like, "There's a creepy rash on my shoulder." Basil's like, "I now serve the lords of chaos."
Yeah.
So I think I will.
Yeah, but I'm getting there. Yeah,
I think I will refuse that
chaos
help.
curious.
Yeah, I think Bren is like, "We're not fighting anymore," and she like puts a
Yeah,
hand out to Basil,
That's good.
like,
That's perfect.
no, that's not what we're talking about right now. So yes, I
Li-
refuse that help.
Linus, assuming that you'll take his help here, is just kind of like occasionally piping in with like facts that support not all orcs, like how bad that generalization is. Because I have both lore master and scholar, so like
Nice.
I think some of the stuff that we just talked about like he doesn't actually have marks of chaos on him, and like also just some like broad points about like the diversity of cultures and like
basic historical facts.
yeah, like basic historical facts and the variance of populations. Like yeah. Anyway, Linus is just like every once in a while after somebody like makes a very heated point, he's like kind of whispering, kind of like a little sullen, like not making eye contact, like adds a supporting fact about it or whatever.
It's like, actually, orcs are known to not break promises once given down, and blah blah blah. These things.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And like there was a writing from Master Utterwall of the Two Towers that blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. I appreciate all that. So I'm gonna roll.
Almost all that.
I appreciate almost all of that. I'm gonna roll manipulator, which is I'm sure based in will, which is not my strong suit. So I've got a base of 3, and then I'm getting a helping die. I'm getting 3 helping dice, or 2 helping dice rather.
Yeah.
One from, and then I'm getting 3 because of the
The gentleman helped
because
you.
of the men at arms. and I'm gonna tap. I was just rereading Jaded to see if it felt like it was appropriate. The adventuring life hardens some and makes them callous, and I think this is where I stop being friendly and start saying this is how it's gonna go, and I don't care about your particular sensibilities. So I'm going to
Nice.
tap that. So it's a total of 4 helping dice or 4 added dice. So my total is 7 halved is 4.
Cool.
I think does that sound right to you?
Yeah, this is an ob 4 concerning the difficulty of convincing this person of their worldview. So
Okay. Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna fail that.
You can do it. I believe
merchants
in the dice.
don't. Yeah.
Part of the dice.
Yeah. Well, we will. Let's see.
I mean, I would almost rather have the orc than the merchant, right? I mean,
Right. So
Yeah,
like,
well,
remember, keep in mind, you can choose at this point or before you roll that if you actually don't want to use your trait and be like, screw it, you know, that's a possibility, right? Like you're still building your pool. I'm obligated to tell you the obstacle when you're building the pool, right?
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah. The trait does tip over the difference, but still
Yeah.
4 dice against 4 is
And in chat, I actually don't recall this off the top of my head, but somebody's saying that in Torchbearer, it's a versus test against Manipulator. And I actually don't have my book in front of me.
Normally it is, but you're not trying to convince somebody. You're trying to convince someone to change up the status quo.
Okay, sure.
So I think it's a flat obstacle.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Well, and I'm also exhausted, so I'm at -1 success. So my chances here are very low.
You might be right. You might be right, and we just might be doing it wrong here, but that's fine. I'm gonna do it the wrong way this way.
Yeah. I have to get all successes and explode. I think the only other thing I could do would be to tap Persona.
That does not get halved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably have a pile of it right now, right?
Oh, I have a bunch. Yeah, I got 3
Yeah.
right now.
Wouldn't you love to stick it to this merchant?
Yeah, I
Wouldn't you love
really,
to stick
I
it to this
really
horrible
would.
feudalistic
I don't.
society.
I don't think I'm a. I mean, I'm
Right?
I'm kind of avenging a grudge in a general sense, but I'm not avenging a grudge in a it's not a specific
No.
grudge against this merchant.
No, as far as I know, you don't have you haven't sworn a grudge yet, right?
No, I have
Yeah.
not yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't. He's annoyed
Yeah.
me.
I'm
He hasn't
gonna
done
have a
anything.
grudge against him if this doesn't go well.
All right.
but-
Okay. So I'm at 4 dice. I'm gonna tap my nature to go up to 9.
Cool. 9 versus 4 is good odds.
9 versus 4 is good odds. So I'm gonna spend
Slightly better than
Persona.
50-50.
Yeah.
If I recall.
I'm testing
not a
manipulator.
doctor.
9, 4. Awesome.
Hey, you got it.
Oh,
Wow.
Hit it.
Ooh.
And I technically only just hit it because I'm exhausted, so
Yeah,
that's only
exhausted,
4.
it's -1.
But that still does it.
So yeah, since I don't think we're showing the dice rolls, that was 5 successes against Ob 4, -1 success for.
No, you're totally right. I don't have the game screen on. There we go. I'm sorry about that, family. There you go.
No
Thank you.
worries. This is not. Is this a situation where margin of success matters? I don't. I assume it's just flat, but I don't know if I
No.
exceed by more, if it will convince him more so.
No. It would. I guess it could have been a graduated test in that regards, but no, not so much with just 1 success over.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm
but I
asking
think-
is because there's a
right.
couple 6s in there, and I'm wondering if I should explode them.
Alright. Oh, got it.
If having more
Yeah.
successes will.
Yeah, you know what?
All right.
I think there is.
Okay. Then I'm gonna also I want to level, so I want to
Yeah.
spend my fate.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's say,
I'm going to be throwing out some fate later in this game.
I think at least, yeah, I think you need to beat the obstacle by 2 or more.
Okay.
I think it's reasonable. So at least 1 more success here would be enough to trigger.
6, and it's exclamation mark rolls exploding dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean,
Oh,
it's a wasted fate, but
bummer. I was
still-
but
gonna.
I mean,
I
fate's
wanted to
never
dangle-
wasted. It's always.
I wanted to dangle the friendship of these men at arms, being like, "Oh, you finally telling it like it is to our boss that we could never do."
nice. Well, hey,
But,
still have an opportunity.
Yeah. So that's there. Okay.
Cool.
So no, so there's this like long pause between the merchant and you, Bryn, as you stare it down, and they're like, "Fine, but if worst goes to worst, I hope your elf is, as good as with a sword as they say they are." I want, and he's like, "Zoran, Morio, make sure that you guys are always between my wife and I and this orc." And they just put their head down. They're like, fine. But
All right.
the orc
cool.
doesn't know. Like, I mean, obviously everyone was talking about the orc and pointing at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it looks
I'm sure
confused
it's
when
pretty
Bren
obvious
approaches
who's-
it, and I presume you unlock the orc, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean that was what she was going to do in the beginning, and I tell him in Goblin, I say, I'm exhausted and I'm annoyed, so I mean I'm not angry anymore, but I'm frustrated with this merchant, so I'm just like, it'll be fine, just watch your back.
Yeah.
And I say that not like it's a threat or like there's something specific, just like
no, that's good.
It's a
their
promise.
asses.
No, that's super good, because while you're being nonchalant to the orc is it's speaking orcish, not goblin when it does this, but it stands up very straight as much as its emaciated body can do, and puts a hand over its heart and begins reciting something to you in orcish, and it's saying it says bug roll, something 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 fire mauls, and then it like bows to you. What's that about?
I don't know. I'm curious, but I'm also like,
Bow back.
yeah,
I was gonna say,
exactly.
dude.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, but I can't give him the speech back, so I'm like, you got it, bud, and I like, nod my head.
It says to you and stuff. It says like, oaths are only bound, or orcish oaths are only bound when spoken in our tongue. That's what it says to you.
You could ask him for
You
a
have a friend.
translation.
Yeah,
I think I got the gist of it.
yeah.
I hope I did.
It thinks that you got the gist of it too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's just the custom. That's the only way it's truthful.
All right. I'll
So,
take
yeah.
it. I could grumble about kings and humans saying all sorts of things out loud and none of them being truthful, but I just sort of going to keep that to myself. I don't want to confuse matters with him.
Since Linus can actually speak with the orc, he'll kind of go over and like whisper to Bryn, like, does it know where we are?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I'm going to ask Bugroll and Goblin if he knows where we are.
It does some more sniffs, right? Goes to the door, sniffs, and looks to you and says, hobgoblin side of the caves. No doubt about it.
Grover Bob says, so we're married now.
It's very... God.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Did he by any chance put a lei over my neck, or
Yeah.
offer me a pipe to smoke, or do we dance?
That's for later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
The orc bar for marriage is very low. But
Cool. I want to pry my spike out.
Yeah, you can try to recover it, right?
Yep.
That's like a D6 -1, right?
Yeah.
and
exactly.
so just because he said we're in the hobgoblin side now.
Yeah.
Is that-
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I repeat that.
Never
I mean,
said where that
yeah.
is. They just said
Yeah.
hobgoblin.
Yeah,
side.
but I mean that I'm building
It's
my
not-
case for where we are.
It's
Yes.
not the Goblin Cave, so
yeah.
sure.
sure.
All right. So I get 5 spikes back, but I only use 1, so I'm just collecting that one.
Yeah.
Man, I rock on iron spike rolls.
Yeah, you're the
Yeah. Alex asked a very, very important question. Do orcs pair bond? No, they don't.
I'm like right there at the door while he's unspiking it. With like my blade out, my knife ready.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Just
Does
in case the
anybody
door breaks.
have oil?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think I do.
Some of us have oil. I don't think Bren does, but
I'd like to light a lantern.
Yeah, I give you I give you my oil. I'll take
Oh,
Sure.
that's right. We put it in the lantern. All right, so we'll light her up.
Awesome. Light goes up. You guys have 3 rounds remaining before the grind. Let me just fire up the oil, the lantern.
Should we
go?
Play spin the bottle for the first round and then head out, or do you guys want to head out now? I guess we should probably.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the orc remarks to you, Bryn, as like we're getting in file and line to go out. It smells the air again and says, you know, orcs don't really eat people, but the merchant smells really good. Like that's.
Yes, Mathlays. This is totally a Darkest Dungeon reference. Yeah. I go, yeah, kind of like garlic. And I don't eat people either. But I know what you mean.
So everyone, so you just hear this orc just go, garlic. in common, garlic.
I'm sure Jerry Madras is just delighted to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone looks around being like, what? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What is the merchant's wife's name? Did we catch this during camp? I feel really bad that we have a single female character besides Bryn, amongst all of these, and we have not named her yet.
Yeah.
Nada.
Okay.
Wait, is this like a Nemo thing?
Yeah.
No.
We ask what her name is. No one.
Nada.
My name is no one.
No.
Nada. Cool.
Unfortunately.
All right. Let's tense up by this door. So we're gonna peer around the corner, Scooby-Doo style here.
Yeah.
I have a mirror. Is that gonna help for like peeking out the door?
Yes.
Oh, smart.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Well,
You peek around the mirror and you see that there's a pair of hobgoblins kind of just like waiting around. And when they see you guys starting to move, they throw an old piece of meat. It's not edible for you guys, but they just throw it down the hallway, and then they say it in Goblin or Goblin, and then depending if you respond, they respond in Broken Common, saying, "We want to talk."
Oh, it's a peace offering.
Like
I mean,
learn that that's
there's 2 of them.
it's obvious that that's their white flag is throwing a thing of meat in the middle.
So we haven't left. Yeah, Bryn sort of looks around.
Let's
for the record,
talk.
side note, it's human meat, by the way.
Great.
Like which part? I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
gross.
apparently they were more worthy than us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's like a sirloin.
Does it smell
Yeah,
garlicky?
rump roast.
Yeah, it's a rump roast.
Yeah.
Garlicky rump roast.
Would it be inappropriate? Never mind. I was going to turn to the merchant and go.
You have to ask.
Anyone you
Yes.
Piece
know?
meat. Yeah, it's piece meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
That's
Let's talk
later.
in common. Let's talk in common. Just so yeah, I'm going to shout out. What do you have to say?
Goblins give us bad deal with you. You fight goblins and they're ogre. And it says like ogre, like because he doesn't know. He doesn't say ogre because they don't know what the word ogre is to combat.
Right.
But they say ogre.
I just say oog.
Oog.
Yeah.
Oog.
They probably know oog. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't fight.
This is a shitty deal.
Yeah.
Go die at the hands of an ogre and we won't fight you.
I would take my odds.
We hate goblin now. We hate goblin as much as we hate you. Hate versus hate is good.
Okay, guys. Here's the deal. I don't have any persuade. I don't have any manipulator. I don't have anything, but I am a haggler. So we are going to let's talk about this. You want you want us to get rid of that oog for you. You're gonna have to offer us more than this human meat. We're gonna need some help.
Ask him
right?
if they know about the magic armor.
They look
you
at
happen to
you,
know?
and then they throw the body of the gnoll down the hallway. That's been
Aw.
stabbed like 30 times.
How's he doing?
And they say, "We're
How's he doing? It's the third time, so he's all right, right?
hobgoblins do fine on their own. This is courtesy."
The gnoll, so the gnoll had a chaos symbol though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he had an
Yoink.
amulet on
it's
his
not
head.
there on him anymore. It's just a naked, perforated
Sorry.
gnoll carcass now. No
Now-
one eats a gnoll. No one eats a
No,
gnoll. Nobody
we don't-
eats gnolls. That's
We don't want
universal.
more
Gnolls
meat.
eat just like batteries and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You're-
They
I feel-
create the first batteries just to eat them.
eat them, yeah.
I feel like
Sorry.
they don't understand that I want something other than meat.
Yeah, well, I think that what they're saying is like,
That's exactly what it looks like.
yeah. Bryn kind of whispers like, if they even just tell us where we are and leave us in peace, we're in a better place than we are.
Sure. Yeah.
Than if we just try to fight our way out. Plus, if we go after Oog, we're prepared.
No.
Never mind.
I don't think we're ever really prepared.
Yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
wait. So like we
but the thing is, he's in it for the money, right?
so like what
Oh,
what
yeah,
leverage
he
do they
likes to
have
shine
over
light.
us to actually make sure that we do this? Like, are they expecting to like walk out with us and walk us right over to Oog and like see us fight?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
really
no.
good question, right? I
But
wonder
it's
something
why
'cause-
they think this is a good idea.
Because
Well,
we
but,
could just
like,
leave.
it might-
Exactly. If they're willing to just be like, oh yeah, you have our word that we will go find Oog whenever we get out of here. If you could tell us how,
right.
then like, sure. Like Linus is not super lawful or anything. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
mind, a little white lie to some hobgoblins that
Right.
eat people.
I'm down with that plan.
I mean,
Let's.
and we actually do have some more men, but we need more weapons. Like maybe they can. arm
Yeah,
us.
I'd say that's a great point. Give us a few weapons. Give us a few weapons.
4
and we'll-
spears. They're
Yeah.
armed with spears, right?
Yeah.
So
No.
I think
4
Basil
spears.
is probably the like great negotiator here. I think haggling, like, I don't know exactly how the rule would work, but if we could get out of them our location and some weapons, and make sure that they're like what they expect of us is, a promise and we leave in the right direction, not a, we're going to come
Right,
watch you
right.
fight or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
feels
you
like
can- you can-
feels pretty good.
You can try to convince them when you ask for that. If you ask for that kind of stuff, they immediately laugh and they say, "Hobgoblins do not give over weapons to you. No, you fight with your weapons of your civilization." They say in like broken common. You fight with your fancy words. You fight with your hands and your hammers. Like
So like,
and
Okay,
laws.
I
And
actually care
laws.
about the
Say law.
weapons less.
Say law. You fight with the laws and rules.
I care less about the weapons than the location, really.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Okay. I see 2 courses of action here. Either we kill these 2 for laughing at us, which I'm 100% down for, but we don't necessarily have to do that. Or we just say we're going to go along with them and we just see where that takes us next.
Yeah.
See if
I
they
don't
march
think-
us
I don't think-
somewhere, or if they like let Oog in
Right.
somehow.
yeah, I think we should at least like, we shouldn't lead with a straight agreement. We should say like,
Show us where Oog
sure,
is.
Yeah,
how
point us
can we get out to find him or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Like, we're a little lost and like
Don't-
try to get the
don't
information
get
out of him
stopped,
before we
Oog.
completely agree to it.
Yeah. All right. If you can tell us how to get out of here and back to the goblin camp so we can fight Oog, sure. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a time to make a roll.
Oh, excellent. I'll do that.
All right.
Cool.
What are we
Awesome.
rolling
So
here?
obviously, you're the one who's making the roll, Basil, because you're the one talking and bringing this
Sure.
up, right? Right. So this is probably persuade because you're trying to convince them of it's in their best interest.
Okay.
If you do this, then
can I change up
This
my
promise is
tactic just a little bit?
yeah.
Because then I want to just talk about how easy it'll be for us to take care of
So
Oog.
especially because you brought up haggling, right? And so were you trying to gun for this to be a haggle test?
Well, it's no problem if it's persuade.
Okay.
I was just that's where I was shooting for. I got no persuade,
Normally,
but
right.
I do have boasting as a nature descriptor. So
You could
if
totally use your nature here.
if I start talking up whatever, this Oog doesn't. I saw him. He's a little clumsy, a little slow. Had the drop on us, but now he won't. So it's not going to be a problem.
See,
In fact, you can keep this guy pointing to the merchant. We don't even need him to take care of it.
don't point at me.
Keep this guy.
Basil.
All right. So how does tapping your nature work here? Or wait,
You
just
can-
using your nature, right?
Yeah, if you use your nature, you just roll your nature.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we can still help you with persuade.
Okay.
If we persuaders usually
And-
help with persuader or manipulator.
Mechanically, nature helps nature. So your nature.
right.
Yeah. Technically, you could help that way.
And nature is just the roll. It's just the value. I'm not having it.
Yeah, you're using
Right.
the skill in lieu of learning it. So you don't
Right.
mark any advancements towards the test. You mark an advancement towards your nature by using your
Yeah.
nature, but you're qualified to do that. And as Johanian mentions in chat, you could totally spend Persona to double tap your nature.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
A question before you decide to do it. This does feel like it's a versus test. No, I mean they
Oh,
want
this is a
something out of
versus
us,
test. Yes,
and we want
absolutely.
something out of them.
Yeah, this is definitely a versus test, right? So,
So- At
Yeah.
least you're not against Fixed Ob here. You could be against Eric rolling his insanely well Ob, but you're at least not.
yeah, I can tell
Okay,
you,
well-
I'm chucking 5 dice at this because they have help from their chief. So it's these 2 goblins, the help of their chief.
All right. So
Basically, the word of their chief is securing this here.
yeah, okay. I will spend the persona to double tap this nature here. How does that work? That you just spend the persona, huh?
Yeah. Remind me again, what's at stake here? You're asking for weapons? And
Yeah.
get-
I mean,
and get
I'll
them?
go all out.
No, you're just asking to
the-
get them. Like show us
Yeah,
where they're
yeah.
and we'll do it.
Yeah, but we're trying to con them a little bit into telling us where we are and at least give us a frame of reference to where the goblins are from where we are, right?
So why are you saying conning them? Because then I mean technically it'd be manipulate, but it doesn't matter because you're using your nature anyways to boast.
oh,
But like I guess what I'm wondering here is like why? Because
Like-
you don't have an intention of filling your side of the bargain here.
I
is that the
don't
point?
think we do we?
Okay.
Like last time we faced Oog,
Yeah.
we ended up here.
Yeah,
that
and-
was
Yeah,
it's a Mobius strip.
yeah. The hobgoblins are either
It's-
the hobgoblins clearly know something you don't, or they're playing dumb,
Right. So and
or are dumb.
I know,
That's what I meant to say.
yeah. But
They're playing dumb or they are dumb.
I'm also like the other reason why I'm thinking about conning them is not that I'm flat out lying, but I'm trying to get them to tell us more than they thought they were going to tell us, right? Like to let us know, where we are, where the goblins are, like, anything more about our position than they would otherwise tell us. So I'm not, I guess I was saying that I'm conning them because I'm not literally asking them to be helpful. I'm tricking them into being helpful.
Okay. I
That
get the approach.
All
So you
right.
still want to do nature?
Yeah, right? That's
Mhm.
all right. So then I have 8 because I'm double tapping it, right? It's twice as much.
Mm-hmm. All your natures.
All my natures. All right, folks, what you got for me? Who's helping?
I'm gonna help with Goblin Wise when they like smirk and say things to each other in Goblin. I tell you like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're playing. I tell you from what I can tell, like I don't think Britain's Goblin is perfect, but like when I can pick up little bits and snippets, I let you know when they're talking behind our backs.
They're taking bets on whether or not who Oog is going to kill first.
That's good.
Nice. Yeah.
Good.
I'm not sure I can help. I'd have to help with one of my nature descriptors. Is that correct?
If you have persuade, you can help, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna persuade.
I actually don't. I mean, I guess I can always do nature, but I just don't see a lot of ways that Linus would be helping here. I was trying to figure out a way that like he could be a scholar and start telling the hobgoblins that are haggling that like their odds are wrong and stuff, and like do something there. But I don't know how that would actually help us. Yeah. So I don't see anything for him that's not a real stretch.
Do you have a wise?
Book-wise. Yeah,
Good.
no, I'm kind of useless.
Yeah, none of my stuff, singing, remembering.
You're still
hiding,
we're still swinging 9 dice against 5 right now. You know, you've got
Yeah,
things
you're not in a
to
bad
do.
situation.
Well, I'm also gonna hit foolhardy.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you know what? Actually, well, no, I
We'll
can
get it
use
done
that-
in 1 hour. No, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If we are seriously considering this
Before this
like,
lantern goes out.
Yeah, if we are seriously considering this, you know, like Bryn's already kind of looking up at the caves, being like, you know, Cadence, all you had to do was pull one block out, and that whole section crumbled down. I mean, if we really do want to do this, we could probably lure Oog into a trap and clap something on him. I mean, it's not impossible.
All right.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, and she's like, because this was built well, but a long time ago, and it could use some improvements.
So it's not a knob because it's a versus, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know that Eric's rolling 5 dice, so you
All right.
know the odds.
Yeah.
I am gonna roll then with what appears to be 10 dice. Here we go.
Yeah, you trumped me. You trumped me real
Oh,
At first, I read those backwards, and I was like,
Yeah.
0 successes.
I did
Yeah.
too. Scared the hell out of me.
good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they snigger at each other and they go, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll take you there. You are an hobgoblin. You are under the protection of Queen Thulix.
Oh. All right.
And
I like the sound of that.
we'll take you to goblin halls.
Oh, you just have to point the way.
How much do we think they know about? Actually, oh man, this is not something that Linus would be very good at. But I could try to tell them that for me to really be prepared for battle with my magic, I really have to be outside to prepare spells. And try to convince them to take us outside, but that's
a good idea.
What was that?
That's a great idea.
Well, I feel like in Epi's persuasion, I think he's already gotten to the point where they're going to leave us alone, right?
Shoot.
Oh, what's
Epi,
that?
it's okay because we already rolled it, but you were angry.
No, I'm not.
He's not angry
Epilogue.
Yep,
Epilogue.
yeah.
You're right. We're good.
I explained
Never
all of my
mind.
anger away.
As you do.
Because like I've got a ton of will, so even if I'm, anyway, I don't know that that's actually worth it. Like we're under their protection. I agree. I'm just not sure if we can get them to like. I guess I'm hoping that we can. If we get outside, we have a better chance of being able to get away from them and get our bearings, and then do whatever we want to do instead of being like escorted right into a fight that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like Linus kind of like glances at everybody and maybe whispers like, "Hey, should I try something crazy to get us out of here?" Or
Well,
Always.
I mean,
I guess
Oh.
But the context of this role, though, the whole versus of this role was that Basil being foolhardy enough to make them think we were going to go do it, that we were going to just go run into the lion's den. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
I
you were
agree.
conning them, was so that they would let us go, trusting that we would follow our word. Because you're like, yeah, I could totally take an ogre, you know. So I mean, I feel like that's what you tricked them into doing, or if not letting us outside, at least letting us go so that they weren't watching us. I don't know, Eric.
I'm totally like, you know,
right?
I woke up this morning thinking I'd like to take on a hill giant, but I guess I'll settle for an oog.
Okay, cool. If that's already kind of like in our terms, I'm good with that.
So, yeah, they want to. So you want to. All right. So this is where this is going to culminate. So when you guys are leaving this dungeon, right? Your cells, you're surrounded by 6 hobgoblins, all armed with spears, and they begin to escort you. They escort you down down a flight of stairs.
Is this vertical spears or horizontal spears? Like,
Vertical. They're
okay.
holding them right as you guys are going in single
that's great.
file past them.
That's
Right?
a very good
They
distinction.
all look at you. They all snub their noses at you, but the one like sort of, I guess maybe it's the queen who's leading you, and she says, see, you can't trust goblins. And actually much better common. It's still pretty broken, right? But it's more definitely easier on the ears. You can't trust goblins. See, hobgoblins, we can keep our word and promises, but not those horrible goblins. That's why they have to hire out all of their extra work, because they'll turn on each other in a moment's notice. We can't even trust us. We had a. and she looks back, she snarls and says like I'm looking at another hobgoblin, like, the last time I listened to Chuz is on poop duty for the next 2 weeks, you know, like saying we can trust the goblins, as like she's like leading you down there. Oh, the goblins won't steer us wrong. They can get all the scraps, and we get all the treasures. Right?
Yeah,
Chuz is gonna have a great time. There's a whole cell that's been defecated, so
yeah.
Yep.
Now that we've got like someone speaking pretty good common tongue, I'm trying to ingratiate myself a little bit and just being like, well, these caves are so much nicer than the other ones we were in previously as well. And
shut it, long ears! She yells. She realized like she does not like you.
okay.
She's really nice to the dwarf and everybody, not elves, not elves at all.
Yeah.
What do you do when she says that? Like she interrupts you. I'm sorry. She like straight up interrupts you and it's like, shut it, long ears.
I was like, oh, it's just the less cave-ins and whatnot. It's nice. Well done.
Yeah. So you admire the architecture. It's been here since before even Karamikos was a thing, she says in a like drawn out way. And then she like spits, like, humans think you run this place, kind of thing. You'll see. The forces of chaos will rule the day.
I agree completely. Humans think they run everything. They run it for about 20 years until the little ticker stops speaking. So while she's kind of like blabbering and blammering on, you guys go down this flight of stairs, and they're getting ready to lead you down this hallway to the right. You get to another sort of like T intersection, or actually more of a 4-way intersection, because there's definitely a door, and there's a smell of fresh air at this door.
Cool.
And
delicious.
I mean, there's 6 hobgoblins in very close proximity to you, but you all feel a faint breeze hit you. It's the first time of fresh air you've smelled in quite some time.
Yeah.
And they proceed to kind of like start trying to file in front of that door and trying to like escort you over to this right, down this really long passageway. You see that the passageway is beginning to fade from the fine masonry back into more natural cave.
Okay, so they're trying to.
They want to take us
past that door.
Yes, they're trying to take you past this door.
Yeah.
And so basically, I'm setting you up into a situation where it's like, here's your chance to break it out if you want to take it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're moving on to Goblin
country.
We could just make a mental note of where we are, right? Oh, we didn't do any cartography.
No. Well, we couldn't. We were lost.
You're right.
Yeah. I was thinking about cartography, and I was like, "What would we map?" We got completely lost once we got captured.
Yeah.
Entrance A ? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Just put a little X in the middle of the paper. That's where we are.
Yeah. In relation to this piece of paper.
So here's the thing: is that Bren is genuinely interested in what sort of plans this queen has
Thulix.
for Nikos. She doesn't necessarily think that hobgoblins, Queen Thulix, she doesn't necessarily think that hobgoblins would be all that much better rulers than Kermikos is. But she's talking pretty boldly here. And so Bryn, I'm gonna try and I don't know if this is gonna be a roll or not, but I'm gonna try and at least get us to pause at this door for a moment so we have a chance to think about what we want to do by asking her like, the king is weak and relies on allies who just like these goblins. She doesn't want to generalize about goblins in general, but just like these goblins, he can't be trusted.
You say that in common or goblin?
I'm gonna say it in common because that's what we've been talking to her.
Hobcommon.
Yeah. And so he thinks he's strong, but he's weak. Do you actually think you can tear him down? And I'm kind of just trying to get her to like go boast a little bit because it seems like she's into it, but also buy us a little bit of time at the door in case somebody does want to try and break out. And I stopped.
Yeah, they say they don't call me Queen Thulix for nothing, dwarf. She says cryptically, in a cryptic, boastful kind of way. Like, she thinks she can, right?
Hey, that's our thing, boasting.
Yeah.
Might be a hobgoblin.
It comes pretty naturally to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. She definitely thinks she can. Right.
Cool.
Well,
if we could just rid ourselves of our pesky rivals, there would be soon nothing to stop us. And with your weak rulership, she says, like you just gave her a succulent morsel of information.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean, like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's folly to think I stand with our king. So.
And then one of the hobgoblins like, does this mean a warband, my queen? Should I draft the logistical paperwork? Kind of like, warband, like, forming a warband, like
love me all a warband.
I would have not taken the hobgoblins for the paperwork sort.
Hobgoblins love warbands, and like if they could do that, they're.
I was really expecting that to go with hobgoblins love paperwork, and I was really gonna have to readjust all of my ideas for hobgoblins.
No, but I mean, as far as goblin kind go, hobgoblins are definitely more of the orderly sort.
Yeah,
it's definitely clear. Like filing. Yeah, they have just nothing but rows and rows just filed index cards and
so I'm gonna push it just a little bit. I'm like, because Bryn is jaded and thinks she's seen it all. I'm like, well, you see, if you form up a war band, they've got and I talked down to her a little bit, like what you need is somebody who knows the lay of the land. Like, run out there, charge out, they'll get stomped. But somebody you have somebody who knows the inside, then you might have a chance.
Yeah, I try to like cut in like a little bit too. I'm like, oh, I've got no love for humans, but they let me in wherever I please. Like, hey, we're like both not humans, and I can kind of sneak into you. Like, you shouldn't hate me.
All this is to say, though, I don't know if any of you guys want to try and break out. Like,
I kind of want to like tempt the other guys that we're with to try to break out. But
yeah, like I'm not.
They're bound to help you. Sorry, they're not.
Yeah, we pushed really hard to get them to stick with us.
Yeah, you did. You pushed really hard for them. They're not bailing on you.
Yeah,
like I'm not.
Ducks fly
driven to jump out at this moment, but I will back anyone's play to jump out at this moment.
All right.
No, I think we want to ingratiate ourselves a bit more. That's kind of fun. Hanging out
Okay,
with
let's do it.
Okay,
hobgoblins seem like the cool.
So yeah, I think we try to keep a mental note of it and keep going with her then.
Yeah.
Unless Linus is gonna.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Cool.
She said so. No, but I think the queen is kind of like, this is where they kind of leave you at this point, and they say, "Go down this hallway. Go straight. You'll meet the goblins for sure. For that is the beginning of their territories. Now go. Your smattering of races insults my smells, or insults my nose, right?"
Now I'm really confused.
I let rip like a nice elfy fart, but it's kind of just minty. It's not very effective.
You say it's minty?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is that-
minty. It's not very offensive.
I like that elf fart smell like herbs.
they're like a.
It's like a chamomile mint. You know?
I was thinking, for some reason, I was thinking it was like Trident original flavor gum, just like a mint cinnamon going there. But maybe that's like
Yeah.
maybe that's wood elves. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's-
I don't know.
It's a li-
very.
It's a little strange how she seems to be a little what would be the word, mercurial in her
Yeah.
Yeah.
habits and in her tone.
Remember, she too is a queen. Let's. I guess if she's pointing us towards the goblins.
And while you're doing that, she says, "Chuz, I swear to God, the God said this does not work out."
You're all
You
guilty now,
piece of
Chuz.
Chuz is the one who has faith.
Yeah, Chuz was the one with the who ran
He's
away, right?
Nice.
Being,
Yeah.
they're being
Hoop
like,
duty, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's
All
like,
right.
please don't fuck this up here. please don't fuck this up.
If we
Civilized
all
kid.
die,
Please
at
don't
least
fuck
we
this
know
up.
that the Chuz
Oh
is
yeah,
also-
Chuz is fucking on the road on the fucking chopping block for sure. Poor Chuz.
Let's just I'm just gonna pat Chuz on the back, give him the big yeah, for you.
Ugh.
So, absolutely paint it all on Chuz. Should we head to the goblins?
Yeah, I guess we're ready
Yeah.
to just go back towards goblin territory.
yeah.
So what's the lay of the land ahead of us? It's just like another
Deepening
tunnel or
Yeah, sorry. So the lay of the land. Imagine sort of a, not necessarily a switchback, but just imagine sort of like a serpentine cave that leads you from that alternates between being man-made and natural until you get to a large wooden door.
so there's definitely a good section of time where they don't see us, right? Like
Yeah.
we've gone past them, but
Yeah,
there's no
there's
off
bends that it
turns.
stops the way, right? You
Yeah.
can almost imagine it. Imagine sort of like how trenches go like back and forth, right?
Right.
Like defensively, like it's almost like this thing just kind of naturally does this sort of zigzaggy path down this way.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
there's
there's no like direct line of sight down this way.
Yeah.
And there's no it's one way. Like,
yeah,
there's
it's only
no
one way.
exits.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
exits as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of dragging her hand along the walls and noting where it breaks between natural and worked areas, and tries to take note of like with the quality as we're going along. Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find any like natural markings, as it were, of like your interfaces of switching from like to like a pile of goblin poo or something. Marking their territory.
I can tell you that on this door is definitely one of those signs of chaos that the goblins were using.
Interesting. Okay.
This is I'm home.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we go through this one.
So that's a little treat.
All right. What's the merchant's name again?
We've been calling him Jerry.
Jerry. His full name's Jaroslav.
Oh yeah, Jaroslav. Do you mind trying the door?
He laughs like, he laughs and says, "Me? No, I wouldn't. No, why would I? No, I don't. No. I'm sorry. I would, but like my hands, I'm still very weak. You know, I shouldn't be up front.
Bugger all.
Bugrel. Yeah.
Um,
I was about to say, do we put a man at arms? But like Basil actually cares about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Bugrel says, Bugrel need weapon. In Goblin, right?
Yeah. One of us,
Need
Bryn says one of us should go.
sharp
We're the ones who are armed.
Yeah.
Until we can get some swords or spears for these, we don't want them to run out.
All right.
I
can go through the door.
Give that, and he looks over to Cadence, I guess, and is like, that pan on your back looks good, right? It says in Goblin, right? That
Okay.
pan, I would use that.
Yeah, I'll just give him my cooking pan if he wants
Cool.
that.
All right.
Like as a
Yeah.
whacker.
You know, okay. Let's just keep note. You do not have. Wait, do you have the cook skill, or was it
Hold on.
Basil
Who
who
else
has
has
the
that, I
cooking
think?
skill?
I have
No,
a
I
big
do.
skill.
think
Oh.
Linus has it.
Oh, Linus, you have the cooking skill. So I
Yeah.
guess you would point to Linus and be like, Linus's one, right? Because you have the cooking. You have cooking stuff. It would say, let me use that stuff, right?
So I mean, I actually don't have. I mean, I have rations and I've got Wolfsbane. Those are like
Essentially-
the only.
Yeah. No,
when
essentially
you-
what this would be is that it would remove you of having necessarily the skills to do this test, right? So if you ever wanted to do cooking, you would
I'll
not
just
have
give
this.
him my- I'll
You
just
wouldn't
give
you
him
wouldn't
my
have
knife.
the supplies to do it. Not the rations, but the actual like tools. You wouldn't have
Right.
the
Yeah.
tools to cook.
There's like these
I'm pretty sure that's not a situation we want to be in where our cook can't cook.
Yeah, but
No,
like
yeah,
a
I'll offer up my
skillet
knife
makes
instead.
a fine weapon. For an
I'd
orc.
rather have an orc with a knife than an elf with a knife. I think is my.
You know what? I've got a hammer.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
hammer them down.
the hammer.
Yeah.
I'll use that. That's
I
fine.
mean, I've got a dagger on my belt, but it's my only weapon.
Yeah. I've got a hammer that I'm not using. It's
Okay.
it's my workman's hammer, right? It's not a big war hammer. It's
No.
it's
It's literally like a ballpoint hammer.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've got
You can still
mace and a shield, but
Oh, I see somebody is hoarding the weapons over there. All right.
yeah. Yeah, let's okay. I'll hand him the mace.
All right, he's
But-
upgrading. You know,
Take care of Bertrude for me.
I feel like this is the Pulp Fiction moment of like upgrading weapons.
Bug-
like, look at skillet. Oh, how about hammer? No,
Yeah.
Bug roll, no Bertrude. Bug roll.
No, Bertrude. As I hand the mace over.
Bug roll. Bertrude.
It grabs
Bertrude.
it grabs the mace and thinks that your name is Bertrude.
That's fine by me.
So it says something like Daga Bertrude, and, and grabs it and goes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
It goes through the door and. It
Just
comes
hiding
back and
behind my
says,
shield. Let's get
yeah, like everyone's ready, and it tries its
it's doors locked or stuck.
stuck. Yeah, it doesn't. There's probably not a word for locked. It's just like stuck or secured.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's check it out. Can we tell? I mean, Bryn will try to move the handle. Does it seem like it's locked, or does it seem like the door is just not
It
moving?
seems like it's stuck. It seems like something's barring it. Like it's supposed to be like opening into the room, right? And like
and
it's
there's
like hitting.
something.
It's hitting something.
Okay,
Yeah, something,
right. So
something
we
is
could
against the door.
we
Something
can be able
big
to
is
move a
against the
tiny
door.
bit, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've been walled off. Pretty sure the goblins just piled up everything they had, or piled something against this door.
I mean, do we all like try to put our backs in? Like,
Yeah.
We can labor it.
that is not my strong suit.
And
No.
Britain's just like super frustrated with goblins because she knows that whatever's on the other end is not like a nice like bar. It's like a bunch of stuff, and she's just like, duh.
Who's carrying the plates, by the way? How was
I
that?
am.
Are they
carrying
just
the
in-
plates in a bag?
Oh, so you're just carrying a sack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Got it. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure.
Yep. No, it's good to check.
What do we do? What do we have for like? We don't have like an axe or anything like that. We can't like.
I mean,
Top 30.
you want this orc to use your mace?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Are the hinges on this side of the door or the other?
I mean, I don't know how doors work, so I'll just say
roll a
that's
die. It could be either one.
Usually, it would make sense to me the hinges would be on the side that it opens into. Then again, exterior versus interior doors open different directions, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Depends on
Yeah,
the-
I think the history of this place shows that there has been several sets of hinges on these doors that have been broken down and re-put
both,
up
and that's
broken
why
down.
it won't open.
What is interior versus
There's hinges on both
Both
sides.
sides.
well, because I mean,
the
the fact of the
problem,
matter
yeah.
is, if there's hinges on this side, then we can remove the door jams and pull the whole damn door out.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and we could do it more quietly than we could break it down.
No, yeah, that's a better idea. Dismantle. the
Yeah,
thing.
let's try to. Yeah, you want to be precise and dismantle this door. That sounds good.
Yeah. Yep.
Sure.
Is this poor craftsmanship that I can improve?
Oh yeah, for
Awesome.
sure.
I'm like, hold on. I'm glad I have that hammer again. And she's gonna start taking her iron spikes and like poking at the hinges up, like the way you like pop I mean, I don't know if the hinges are built the way our hinges are. They probably aren't. But she starts prying away at bits, and it's just like this won't take but a second. We'll get this door off one way or the other. And she's just gonna pull out the whole door jam. Like remove the framing bits and all that so that we can.
That's a great idea. There's some resistance to the door. Like when you're doing it, like after the hinges, there's something else in the door. Do you tug on the door to break it free, or what do you do?
No. If there's something else, she assumes that it's like a trap wire or something like that. So she's gonna try and work around it and like try and get to the handle. Like try and like if like one side is tight, she's gonna pull on the other side to try and like peer through and see if she can see what's holding onto it.
Yeah.
And
There's
loosen carefully.
There's definitely some kind of like rope that's attached. You can't see where the rope goes, but there's definitely something attached to this door. Right. Yeah. Basically moving this door or opening this door, there is some sort of rope that's taut to something. It's not just, slack rope. There's
Right. So if you pull this, it'll pull something else over or trigger something like that.
this whole dungeon.
Well, I want to disassemble the door either by pulling the timbers apart, like prying the timbers apart.
Sorry. It's like, I raid caravans and I teach Knowles how to read. Our budget is 3 million gold pieces. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, anyways, this door's definitely trapped.
Yep.
To
Okay.
what or the extent, you don't know.
All right. Well, let's try and disable that. The way I intend to do it is by disassembling the door so that we don't move the part that is triggering the trap, but we like take off parts
There's like
of the
a
door.
slat with like a handle and like a thing, like a door
Exactly.
jam.
I want to
It's
leave
like-
enough door behind to hold the rope and nothing else.
Yeah,
and so we can just slip through it without it tripping that.
Sure. That sounds like, honestly, that to me sounds like carpenter,
Sure.
Yeah.
right? Craftsmanship to not hit the top part of the rope.
Yep.
You got a lot of that, right?
Before I tell you the ob or anything like that, does that sound reasonable as your approach, or is there another thing you were
No,
going for?
that's exactly what I'm going for. Yeah.
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 That's 100% it.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I think Zorn and Mario are kind of like scratching their heads, being like, "What?"
Yeah. I call
professionals.
Yeah.
I call Linus. I call Linus and I say, Linus, I need someone taller to hold this strut so it doesn't come loose. Now, do not let go of this board, because if you do, the rope's gonna pull. You need to hold this very still. Even when I'm hammering it, brace it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I mean, you asked me to volunteer, so of course, like
Yes.
that's even more than usual. Yeah, I'm totally there. I'm doing it.
Cool.
yeah. So I think Zoran and Mario are like talking to each other, being like, "Yo, this is some Boswin the Blade kind of stuff." Right? And you're talking about the stories of their god, being like, "Look at this, is crazy,
Oh, I thought it was like a
man."
penny.
I thought it was
novel
like
that they-
Penny Dreadful or something.
Right? Yeah. No, it's their hero god.
I'm sorry, copper novel. Copper.
Yeah,
piece
copper novel. Yeah, copper novel.
I mean,
Copper
is-
dreadfuls.
Yeah.
This is
I mean-
sort of sandals kind of stuff here. Disassembling doors. Yeah.
What can we help with? If
Copper
we don't
dreadful's
have
definitely
the
my
skill,
next
we can't
detective
help.
character.
Yeah.
Well, I'm rolling nature. I'm not rolling.
Oh, you're rolling nature?
Yeah, I'm rolling my crafting nature.
Then
Yeah.
I would like
Um,
to help by using my ever useful shield by placing it against the trapped part of the door.
The only caveat is you. Oh no, you can help with nature because you can only help. I'm using an instinct, and you can only help an instinct if you are have an instinct that works with it.
Oh,
or I think
never mind.
or
Yeah.
with nature. Nature may be the one case where you can.
Oh, is that true?
So mechanically, that's true, but I need to know how you're fictionally helping to justify it, right?
Right,
To me, that's the most important part. And then, but
I'm
so-
basically I'm being the cautious person by putting my shield between them and the trap, right? So
In case something does go off.
in case something does go off, we can try and stop it. And also to keep them from accidentally hitting the part with the trap. Right? You would hit my shield instead.
Yeah, totally. That sounds awesome. I guess let's count that. So to me, that doesn't sound like you're necessarily helping, but it sounds like your shield's counting as supplies in this test.
Oh, sure. Wait, does that use up the shield?
And puts your shield in danger as a possible twist should you fail. I would say.
Don't fail.
But yeah, you're risking your equipment to help you out here.
Is that worth it? Do you think that's worth it?
I think
for
it's
this
all
one?
That's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Then.
Your choice, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
for the team.
So, and
to keep you all alive.
You can help on an instinct test if you have a similar instinct or a nature descriptor that applies to the test. Otherwise,
I don't have a nature descriptor though.
But it's okay. The shield can still work as supplies.
Okay, yeah.
You're not helping. You're just offering up a supply.
Yep. Oh. And I've got my always volunteer. Instinct.
That's
so
good.
That's
a good one.
And I mean, I know I don't actually use it, but I totally think of Linus's thoughtful trait as being like the thing that helps him do this, because anybody else should be like stressed out and trying to hold it exactly, and instead he's like daydreaming while holding it, just kind of like lost in thought and like just like still as the grave practically. Like you can barely tell he's alive, but he can occasionally like turns his head and like.
As Bryn slowly surgically cuts the saw like around him.
Yeah, he just looks like he's like pondering and like I don't know, like what color to his next robes should be or something. Like
Nice.
he just looks totally lost in thought. Which I know I'm not actually using the trait. I just think that's probably how he's like helpful with this.
I love it. Yeah, Bryn's like checking, like you with me, and then like when she like hammers at the piece that you need to hold, and you holding it still, she's like, okay, all right.
Cool.
Love it. All right, what is?
So this is going to be a versus test. First, I think it's going to be against the goblins.
Okay.
Nature for building this trap, basically. Right. So basically, it's
the door.
Right. Yeah. It's versus the nature of the door. No, it's entirely based on. It's a goblin trap, so it's a versus test against the goblins.
Yeah. Got it. All right. What are they rolling?
They're chucking 5 dice at this.
Okay. All right. My nature was reduced, and last time when I tapped Persona because it was outside of my nature, so my nature is down to 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting helping die from Linus. I'm getting supplies from I'm getting supplies from the shield. Yeah. And I don't think Born of Earth and Stone or Jaded. Yeah, I'm totally using Born of Earth and Stone. Like at one point when the thing is going to come loose, I just like grab onto it and hold onto it and like pound a few iron spikes into it. Oh, I'm also going to use the iron spikes as supplies if I can on this, because I think I'm going to like be surgically disassembling it, like holding pieces in place with one set of spikes. If the, I don't
okay,
you
can't. You
can't.
You only get 1 dice of supplies on a test.
All right.
But I like the idea. If you want to use them, I'm
gonna use them.
Okay.
Yep.
Then mark off 1d6 spikes used.
Spikes used. 1d6. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 spikes are used. I'll mark that off the sheet. And okay, and I'm using Born of Earth and Stone. Okay, so
ready when you are, friend.
My nature is 4, and I have 1 for the shield, 1 for Linus, 1 for Born on the Earth and Stone. So 3. And 0. Okay, and here I go. Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. One success.
Can we
there
put
go.
up some sconces while we're here too?
Yeah.
Some-
Light it up a little bit.
Yeah, you really. Okay, this was perfect. This was perfectly done.
When we leave, it's one of those doors that swings either way, like in the restaurant.
It could actually have hinges on either side. Like that is that
They
is a
have them
thing.
on like the
By the
inside.
time,
so that
by
they-
the time Bren's done with it, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're able to perfectly take down the door, but what's behind the door is what we're gonna see after we go to break. Before a break. So thank you
cliffhanger.
so much, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side. All right. So don't go anywhere. See you guys in 6 minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this whole time. I know it's quiet and kind of tense, and we've only went down a couple hallways, but this game is so good. So all right. See you on the other side.
All right.